Hey everybody, this is Jen with Jenko Designs. Today I'm going to show you the secret to making sexy curves like these using the pen tool in Affinity Designer. So we got a lot to cover. Let's just jump right in and get started. I got another document going over here we're going to work on. First we're just going to create a couple of lines and I'm going to show you how to join two lines together. So let's go to your pen tool over here on the left hand side. Looks like a calligraphy pen. You want to click once in your workspace. Whoops, didn't select. There you go. Click once in your workspace. Click again for an endpoint. Okay, so now these are called nodes, and when it's filled in like that, it means it's active. So if I were to click again, it just continues the line. Well, I didn't want to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and hit delete, and that's how you can delete a node, is you just make it active, select it, make it active, and then hit your delete key. So now I don't have anything active, right? So I can come over and make another line with another start point and another end point. I'm going to get rid of that snapping because that's kind of nerve-wracking. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to join both of these lines together. So how would I do that? I need to be able to select both lines, okay? So then I can do an action on them. So we're going to use the node tool, which is the white arrow right above the pen tool on your toolbar over here. And when you select a vector item with the node tool, it shows you where the nodes are. Okay, so it's pretty easy with two lines. So we have one selected, hold down your shift key, select the other one. So now we have the two selected, but I need to select and make active both of these endpoints. So you can do that by drawing a marquee, what they call a marquee. So you click and drag in your workspace. You don't have any tool selected except the node tool, and it will select the points that are enclosed in that box. Okay, and so now that I have both of those selected, I can come up here and do an action of join the curves, and it will automatically join those together for me. Okay, so what I'd like to do right now, we're just going to go over the shortcuts and put those on the screen for you. So we have this line. Now basically all vector illustrations and graphic designs are made up of three things: lines, curves, and shapes. So a line is 2 points, obviously. A curve is 3 or more points, and a shape, of course, is an enclosed shape. So the best way when you start working with the pen tool is you need to be able to move in and out of your document as far as zooming in and zooming out, and be able to move your document around. Okay, and you're going to see that later when we do that silhouette. Okay, so these are the things that I want to show you how to do. So the move tool is this black arrow here, and it is you can see the shortcut there. So they use a capital V, but it's just V on your keyboard. Okay, the node tool, as like I showed you, shows you the nodes. Select your vector object. Whoops, I didn't have it selected. And it'll show you where the nodes are. And then your pen tool, okay, is P on your keyboard. And this is the view tool. And this allows you to move your document around. Okay, so this is very key to be able to, when you're working with the pen tool and manipulating the nodes on your design. The other thing that I did was I set my mouse up to scroll with the, or to zoom with the scroll of my mouse. And I'm going to show you real quick how to do that because it's really, it really helps a lot. So you go up to Affinity Designer, you're going to go to Preferences here. Mine is already here on the tools, but you can, if it shows up here as yours starts at General or wherever, you just go to the tools down here. And you want to click in this box right here where it says use mouse wheel to zoom. Okay, so now when you're moving around your document, you can move in and out with your scroll, and you can use H on your keyboard to get that little hand so that you can move around, okay, as you scroll in and out. Okay, so that's how those are. I'll leave those shortcuts up for a little while so you get used to them. Now the other thing I wanted to mention about the tools, I'm right now in the view tool. Okay, so if I hit V on my keyboard, I go to the move tool, and if I hit V again, it's going to go back to what it was before. So it's a toggle on and off. So you can go from the node tool to the pen tool and back and forth when you're working, or pen tool and view tool. And so you get really good at, it becomes second nature to move around your document and change tools. So you kind of always have one hand on the keyboard and one hand on your mouse. And that's how the pen becomes like second nature to you. It's really easy, and you'll find out it happens very fast. Okay, so let's go back to our document. So we have 4 nodes here. I don't want 4 nodes. I only want 3. Well, actually, let's just change them. Okay, so when we're going to convert a node, the sharp nodes, or polygon, I think they're called, are identified by a square. Okay, the round nodes or smooth nodes are identified by a circle that has control handles. Okay, and then the smart nodes are a filled-in circle with a white dot. Okay, so what's the difference between a smart node and a smooth node? Well, the smart node, and I'll show you over here, the smart node the computer automatically makes very smooth, gradual, kind of symmetrical curves, okay? Where your regular smooth node can be very drastic curves depending on your design and what you're trying to do. Okay, like this. And you can always convert these as well. I mean, you can change them. Do you always have to make symmetrical curves? No, you don't, and you probably won't. So, you know, it's just good to know that some people, when they create objects, they automatically just use the smart, and it just goes when they go around, like when we're going to do with the silhouette. Some people do, some people don't. All depends on your personal preference. You just have to play with it and get to know it, and then you'll figure out what works best for you. Okay, so how do you make the sexy curves, right? That's what you all came to find out. How do you make those sexy curves? So I want to make some curves here so that we can show you a little something. Let's make something like that. All right. Okay, so the perfect placement of a node is exactly at the point where a line changes direction. That's easiest to see on a clock or a compass. Okay, and that's kind of how I learned to do this. And you can even see it really on a circle. Right at the very top, or the apex, where the line changes direction, that would be the place to put, the perfect place to put a node, right? If you're trying to create an ellipse. But when you're creating all of these kind of obscure curves, like these up here, the way to visualize where to put them, or to know how to get the most symmetrical look from a curve, is to use this same type of method. And if you can visualize, let me see if I can do this for you. I want you to visualize this compass underneath this curve, okay, kind of like this. And it doesn't matter that it's the north, south, east, or west. Doesn't matter, as long as you're like at the turning point of a curve. Okay, and then get back to my node tool so I can see this. So you can see it's a little off. Okay, so we would move it this way. But what controls this? Well, when you're doing curves, the way to get these sexy curves and the symmetrical curve is you put the point exactly at the place the line changes directions, like I said before. You have the control handles, which are equal distance, okay, and they're equal distance to the line. Okay, now here they're not, because it's not an exact circle, so it's not going to be exact. Now, are all your points going to be this perfect? No, but this gives you like a starting point so you can get a feel for how to make a symmetrical curve. Because when you get busy making the curves and you're like, how come it's not looking right? Go back and check your nodes, see if you can get a better placement of the node to get that symmetrical look, and you get that, you know, get these distances minimized, get these a little bit more equal, and it makes a a smoother and a more symmetrical curve. And I'll turn this compass off so you can see how that created a much better looking or sexy curve. Okay, so there's that. So now let's prepare to do the silhouette. Okay, we've done the line. Enough of the line. Not going to do the line anymore. We're not going to have the write down your shortcuts. We're not going to have those. We're going to go ahead and start to do our sexy silhouette. Okay, so this is going to be our end result, and we're going to go back to our drawing here. We're going to go ahead and move our background up. Let me get the right tool here, and so that we can use it as a cover to help us draw our silhouette. Okay, so I move my background up. I'm just going to go ahead and reduce the opacity of it to about 50%. I don't even go that far. We're going to go ahead and trace around our basic silhouette here. Now we're going to go ahead and use our pen tool. And let's create some sexy curves. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll in, then use the H tool to move around, and now you see why I showed you those shortcuts. Now you kind of visualize, we're just going to do a start point right here, and let me go over this for a second. There's different modes up here when you're using the pen tool. This is the pen mode, which will get you both rounded curves and the sharp curves. This is your smart mode, which will give you just the smart nodes, and you can do the whole thing in that. This is polygon mode, which is just sharp curves. Okay. And this is just creating straight lines. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and stay in the pen mode because we can make both types of nodes using the pen mode. So you just click once, quick click like that will get you the sharp node, which is identified again by the square. Okay, come up here, it's about to change, where we talked about the compass, where the line changes directions, about right here. So I would do here. Now I'm going to click, and I'm going to hold for a second and just drag. And if you do that, you'll end up with the round node, and as you drag the control handles out, you can see you're creating your curve. Okay, see it there? And I'm going to change that color to black. I'm sorry, it's red. Okay, so this point's still active, so I can continue on. Just click again. It's kind of like right here, I would say. I think this is a little too far, so I'm going to go here, click and hold. Now what happened here? Because I have this control handle so far out, it automatically continues that line. Now you can fix that. You could go to your node tool and fix that, or you can just wait till you're all done with your silhouette and do it. But because I'm showing you how to do this, I hit A on my keyboard to get the node tool. Then I'm just going to bring in that control handle. It just doesn't need to be out that far. See, and if I pull this one in to be equal, see, I missed my point. So then you can just adjust this. And this is how you play, you get the curves that you're looking for. And are they always symmetrical? No. The head on this sexy lady is not symmetrical. Okay? There's your first clue. Okay? So that's how that works. And you're saying, where's the control handle for this one? Well, it's here. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue on, get my pen tool back again. And if you change, you just go back and click it and drag, click and drag, click and drag. Is pretty much how you'll find that you do this. It's a click and drag kind of thing. Some of these you can adjust later. Now if I click this in the pen mode, it's going to create another node. So I don't want to do that. I want to go to the node tool to adjust these control handles. Okay? And as long as you have an active one here, you can go back. If by chance you hit escape and you're not active anymore, you can just go back to your pen tool and then just click on the node and it makes it active, and then you can continue on. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and finish this silhouette, and I'll do it in time-lapse mode for you to watch so the video is not too long. I'll meet you back here in a little bit, and we will finish our sexy lady. Okay? Meet you back here. So here we have our sexy lady. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how I finished up this design. Alright, so first of all we're going to take our background, our rectangle, we're going to go ahead and put it down to the bottom of our stack here in the layers panel. I am going to turn off the silhouette that we made and turn on a silhouette that I have pre-made. In this silhouette you'll notice I've taken and done some white curves. Oops. Yep. As you can see in the layers panel, I did some white curves to try to accent her a little bit. Okay. Zoom in so you can see. Alright, so we have that going. We're going to go ahead and do it. We did a background for her, and we'll turn that on. I put a shadow behind that, and we'll turn that on. I'll go to my move tool, or my view tool, and there you have it. That is how we create the sexy curves, and that is exactly how you create sexy curves with the pen tool in Affinity Designer. I had a lot of fun making this video for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got something out of it, show me a little love. Hit that subscribe button. It really does make a difference, and I do appreciate it. Have a great day, happy creating, and have fun with that pen tool.